YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha, back in the building for another late night last Cloudia video. You can see got the camera positioned a bit different on the screen because we're going to be looking at a video that Adis did drop early this morning regarding the newest things coming with tomorrow's maintenance, or tonight's maintenance if you will. You can see further on the right side we've got Gen Asagiri's character, and we have the new LR arc coming with him very soon, in just a few hours, a little more, 4 to 5 hours from now. And Adis did drop this video on Twitter, so I wanted to highlight it and just talk about it to give you guys something to watch while maintenance is going on, and show it off for anyone who might not be following them on Twitter. But before we watch this, I just want to say a huge shout out to you guys for jumping in the live stream. Those of you who were there coming to party with me at the tower, we had a blast, or I had a blast. I hope you did as well, and I was just overjoyed at the response. We had over 80 people in there at one point watching us grind that tower, which was incredible. It sucks that we weren't able to beat it in completion, but I've got my phone auto grinding right now, and hopefully a part 2 stream will be coming. I just need to keep auto farming, grinding out blue souls to try and get the necessary arcs leveled up. So I gotta figure out if this is even gonna be possible before I announce a part 2 stream, but I am hoping for it. Fingers crossed, we'll find out very soon. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys again for helping me celebrate my birthday. Right, we had a great little LC birthday bash, and I can't wait to do it again. So without further ado, let us check out the latest info we've got regarding Last Cloudia and Dr. Stone, baby. Gen Asagiri, looking maniacal, looking creepy. Like I've said, he's a little weirdo, and now he's a mentalist, right? So we're looking at his skills right here, his skill animations. Voice impersonation, and then Black Nightshade is his ultimate, his special skill. We're gonna see the descriptions for these skills in a second. I have watched this video already, and I can tell you, Gen Asagiri, it's always the ones you don't expect. Yeah, I think of V. None of us expected V to be the most dominant character coming out of DMC, and yet here we are. I think it's a unanimous decision. V is the top dog, and I am almost certain, unless they just drop a bomb, that Chrome is this incredible unit. I think Gen Asagiri has the potential to be a meta-changing unit. Let's look at his traits. The first one's Mentalist. Nullify Sorcerer, Killer / Slayer effects from enemies. When physically attacking, chance to give damage 30% debuff to enemies. Frontal attacks become attacks from behind. Okay, there's a lot here. So his first part of this trait is going to be ridiculous in PvP, because he's not going to take any extra damage from your slayers, depending on what class they give him. I don't know if he'll be sniper, sorcerer, or something along those lines, but he's not going to be affected by any slayer boosts. Then he's got this chance to give a 30% damage debuff, which is going to help in every area of the game, because it's going to make the enemy character deal 30% less damage, which is ridiculous. And then it says frontal attacks become attacks from behind. Now we saw all of his attacks in the animations, at least from what I'm seeing, look like long range attacks. That's why I'm leaning towards him being like a sniper. He's going to be a long range style character. But now when you're standing in front of an enemy, those attacks act as though they're coming from behind the enemy. So you can right there, I can't remember if it's built in his kit, but surprise attack deals a plus 50% damage boost if you're attacking enemies from behind. This guy's going to have that procced permanently if you have this skill on him. His next trait is Silver Tongue. At battle start when near death, give all allies but unit physical damage plus 25%, and then slash science magic damage plus 25%, slash more likely to be targeted by enemies. So if I'm understanding this correctly, at the battle start and when near death, so if let's say you go through wave 1, get your health taken down to this near death state, and then start wave 2, he's going to give a 25% boost in damage to everything except physical attacks. So he's going to buff magic type casters as well as science magic damage. And then he's more likely to be targeted by enemies, so he's going to draw attention from your other characters, which is an interesting design to that trait. We'll have to see and explore that more in game. And then here are his skills. Skill 1, I put a spell on you, targeted medium area long range combo attack. Chance to inflict curse. Now guys, I don't see an element tied to this guy. And I've preached before how useful no attribute attacks are in 95% of the game and difficult content. So correct me if I'm wrong. If my memory serves me, he's going to be the first long range no attribute attacker. His skill 2 is Shallow Words. Give all allies SCT 5 seconds recovery after a fixed amount of time. I can't wait to see this in game. He's the first character that gives SCT off of a skill, which is gonna be madness. This is part of the reason why I can see him being a meta shifting character, because he's introducing this type of ability built into a character. Skill 3, Voice Impersonation, targeted wide area long range combo attack. Chance to give physical damage minus 20% effect to enemies. That's just nice, because we saw that he can have the potential to give 30% damage reduction to the enemy, and then he has this extra minus 20% if you get the chance to proc on his skill 3. His special we saw, Black Nightshade. Apply circle magic that reduces each enemy's lowest attribute resistance. Okay. Allies recover MP 50 after a fixed amount of time. I mean, this guy is like my dream to pair him alongside Spirit Maiden Tyria, just so I can make sure she's got the MP to keep throwing out those heals, and he's lowering the enemy's lowest attribute, which is an insanely, anytime you can lower attribute resistances, it's a great ability to have, and he's got it built into him. Albeit it's his ultimate, so you're not going to be popping this off every 5 seconds in battle, but it's extremely useful when you're able to use it. All right, and then here are his skills. Oh, look at that! I'm actually covering the names of them, but I'll read them off so you can hear. You can still see the descriptions. The first skill is Weapon Tampering. At the battle start, inflict strength minus 20% and crit rate minus 20% on all enemies. Again, nasty for PvP and all over the game. Sleight of Hand, when physically attacking, chance to flip strength, int, defense, mind buffs to debuffs. So this is where what they described as his ability to change buffs to debuffs, he just has a percentage chance for this to proc while he's attacking. So if the enemy's buffing themselves and they're getting hit by Gen, he could just swap them like that with literally a snap of his fingers. It's a bit insane. We all thought, or I thought, it was going to be tied to one of his 1, 2, or 3 skills on his board, but no, this is just one of his inherent passives. Then we've got False Report. When ally is incapacitated, inflict strength minus 35 and mind minus 35% debuff to boss monster, which is interesting to me. Obviously that's nice, because when an ally dies, if they're a physical attacker, you decrease the amount of damage they can do to you, and then you increase the amount of magic damage that can be done to them, which is just kind of a bonus. But I'm looking at strength minus 35%, less damage coming to me gives me more time to pop off a res or a heal with Spirit Maiden Tyria. So I like that. And we've got a drink of cola, occasionally recover HP and MP. That sounds like a beautiful skill. Occasionally recover HP and MP. Obviously, we'll see what that translates to in regards to when exactly it'll pop off. But like I was saying in the last video, any source of MP regeneration, I am going to love. Finally, for the new skills, we have Fake Blood Pack Guard. Chance to reduce received damage to 0. I gotta say, just based off the anime and as far as I've gotten, Just reading these skills alone, they just did a beautiful job translating how he is and things that he does in the anime into actual useful things in the Last Cloudia universe. I think it was brilliantly woven into the game. So props, double thumbs up, Adis, doing a killer job. All right, and then for skills, other skills we've seen before, he comes with Glass Record, guys. Glass Record. I mentioned how broken you can abuse this magic skill. It restores HP, but more importantly, it restores SCT to all allies. Stupid broken. So he's got this built into him along with his second skill that already also restores SCT. So this guy's going to be an SCT charging battery machine, man, which is what makes him what I'm predicting to be a meta-changing figure in the game, right? Then we've got Super Bad Chemical Drain, Super Bad Chemical Fatigue. I think you get those two magic skills off of the sulfuric acid arc we looked at before. Extremely Bad Chemical, I can't recall what that does. Then he's got MP up max, critical up 2 and 3, Proud Force. He's got Illusion, Auto Barrier, Auto Haste, no attribute attack raise 2, so there it is. That's confirmation. He is a long range no attribute attacker. No attribute attack critical raise. Goddess Kiss, surprise attack, backstab. So he comes with surprise attack and backstab. Reverse cross, clothes high boost, quick trigger, and decoy. We'll see his base stats once he gets in game. But just based off what I'm looking at, this man's going to be hitting hard because he's got this backstab attacking enemies from behind gimmick in him, which gives him massive damage buffs. He has no attribute attack raise 2, no attribute critical raise. He comes with some critical ups and Proud Force. So he's got the offensive skills, some very, very important offensive skills built into him. But then on top of that, he has these crazy support / debuff skills as well. Glass Record. He's got the Super Bad Chemicals, which can debuff the hell out of the enemy. Then he's also just got these survival skills to keep him alive longer, right? He has this fake blood pack guard, chance to receive damage to 0. He's got Illusion built into his kit, which I think is a small chance to avoid physical damage. He's got Decoy, which is an auto res if you die. Like, reading this, I read it beforehand and I was blown away, and now looking at it again is just reinforcing how insane I think this character is gonna be. I think he's gonna be something that we haven't seen before. Honestly, he's gonna be doing so much. I think maybe in order to max out his damage, you might have to build him a certain way, but from what I'm looking at, he seems like he's the whole package. He can heal, he can debuff, he can support, and he can deal his fair share of damage. So, again, when you least expected, or when the character I least expected, I didn't know how they were going to weave in Gen Asagiri into the Last Cloudia universe, and it sounds like he's going to be ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. And then we have details for the arc. Empire of Might is what it's called. I kept calling it Army of Might. It's the Empire of Might LR. Here's the attribute at max level. During dark physical attacks, critical rate plus 3% and break plus 50%. Killer / slayer damage to stone enemies plus 100%. Received critical damage minus 30%. If received damage is dark attribute, then damage further reduced by minus 30%. So obviously they want you to throw this on top of Tsukasa if you have him, or if you get him. This is going to look incredible because Tsukasa is a dark physical attacker. He's going to be dealing more damage, throwing out more crits, and taking less damage, dealing more break damage, taking less critical damage, and then taking even less dark damage, making him stronger and tankier. The skills you can get off this: Kanryu's Spear Style. When a spear is equipped, physical damage plus 15% and chance to nullify enemy guard. That would really help it where I'm stuck at the tower right now. Empire of Might, physical damage increased per enemy, plus 5% per enemy up to 30%. That's just a nice skill to have, definitely. Dark critical raise, we can finally get that on top of people. Critical rate of dark attacks plus 5%, and then critical power plus 50%, a powerhouse of an ability. Then it comes with Pride, attack up 3, and Spear High Boost. So a very, very solid arc catered towards dark physical attackers and spear users. Well, no, that's really just the one Conryu spear style skill, but the attribute itself is going to look fantastic on top of any dark physical attackers. And there you go. There he is with his little maniacal voice again. Asagiri, baby. And finally, over here on the Discord, gotta give my homeboy Geotech a big ol' shout out. He went ahead and it looks like way early this morning, at about 1:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for me, he posted the buffs that the 3 old units are getting. I guess this wasn't found anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere on any global information site, but it looks like if I scroll down a little bit, Geotech was saying on JP they leaked this information, I guess it was translated. So shout out to Geo wherever he got this info from. Let's look at Senku to start. For his trait 1, they're going to add Science Magic Damage Cap plus 4,000 with an auto recast effect, so he's going to be casting his magic that much faster. On his second trait, he's giving all allies Fire, Ice, Earth, and Thunder specials plus 25%. I guess previously it was plus 20% for all attacks, so they gave it a plus 5% buff, but then limited it to the 4 elements we're seeing here. From what I'm understanding, Senku, Kitchen, Cola, and Ramen, the proc chance increase, so I'm guessing that's one of his skills on his ability board. Yuzuriha's healing, HP recovery at start of battle is now 100% chance, and the MP recovery chance is increased. Love to hear that. And his silence and stun resistance is now plus 2, so he's now silence and stun nil, versus being resistant previously, which is a great defensive buff. Now looking at Kohaku, the trait 1 add-on effects, she's getting an auto critical effect. Trait 2, HP cost is reduced when this trait procs, and HP recovery on ally is increased compared to previous effect. HP cost is reduced when this trait procs. I'm guessing that's HP recovery costs for recovery magic. And then it also increases the amount that it heals for. I don't understand that exactly because I don't have her, so I don't know what it relates to specifically. But basically, whatever this HP deal she's got going on is now going to increase. For Ginro's assistance, they added on physical and special damage plus 10%. Very nice. For Kinro's pursuit, they added physical and special damage cap plus 3,000. That's nice. She's going to be hitting over 9,999. Then we've got Energetic Girl. They've added on physical damage dealt to broken enemies plus 20%. Fantastic. Fighting Spirit 3 was added to her ability board, which is a solid offensive passive. Sword Boost is added. Double Impact is added. And HP plus 500, one of those little HP nodes, is going to be added to her board as well. And then looking at the boy Tsukasa, as I say in my American accent. Trait 1 add-on effect, he's getting Human Slayer, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we saw that they said he's going to deal increased damage to human types, which obviously translates to him getting the Human Slayer, which is a very big deal. His trait 2, when dealing critical damage, damage cap plus 5,000. So he's getting a damage cap on his crits, which is insanely good. Crushing Statues is an add-on effect. They're adding Killer and Slayer effect plus 20% damage. So not only is he getting Human Slayer, but he's getting a plus 20% on top of that to the already 50% damage dealt to anything falling under the human category. Critical Impact add-on effect, enable crits for specials. That's going to go hand in hand with his second trait getting that added on effect. Like a King, add-on effect, physical damage plus 20%. Fantastic, just flat 20% damage buff. And he gets Resolve up 3, which is nice for tankiness. Royal Armor, another good defensive ability. Special Boost to help boost his damage even more on his special. And another HP plus 500 added to his ability board like they're doing with Kohaku. And it looks like his existing HP nodes are going to be buffed up to 650. So he's getting an extra 150, I'm assuming, on each one of his HP nodes. Oh boy, guys. they are bringing these, they're giving these characters these slight changes, although minor individually, they add up together to bring these characters, I think, back to meta relevancy. Kohaku's going to be shredding, dealing more damage. I'm not sure how this HP, this added trait 2 HP deal she's got going on is going to translate to giving her more survivability, but hopefully it will, because we know she's going to be dealing more damage. And then also Tsukasa, they made my boy look interesting, dog. They made him look real good with these buffs. I mean, with all these human slayers, damage caps, critical boosts they got going on, he was looking mighty, mighty strong. So I'm actually, I wouldn't be mad at all if I pulled him, just to have another, or a staple of a dark physical attacker, it seems. And again, as you guys know, you can find all this info in the pins. It's a couple down now. Dr. Stone unit buffs. He's also got the description of the Empire of Might, but we saw that already with the announcement video. However, I don't think this information can be found. I don't think Ada's released a global version of this video, so it's really nice that Geotech found this and posted it up on the Buddha Gang Discord for us. Holy mackerel. I just saw a notification from Twitter that maintenance is in 3 hours, and I think, what is it, a 2-3 hour maintenance, and then all of this stuff will be live and the game will be able to see it in its totality, at least for this part 1, right? We still have a ton of information to get on Chrome and the other L art coming on the 9th, but we'll obviously get that when Adis decides to give it to us. This is just what we have to be excited for tonight, and I'm not gonna lie, your boy is. I might have to whip the wallet out. I might have to do it. I think I have to, because I'm not spending my gems at this point in time. I'm dedicated to the 2-year anniversary, but it's definitely a lot of contemplation. A lot of contemplation to be had. So, alright, this video needs to be chopped and edited and posted. So that so I can go to bed. And that's all I got for you. And y'all know what I say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.